All right, I'm looking at a couple of accomplishments here, first of all. Number one, Donald Trump has his entire cabinet in place now that his labor secretary has been confirmed. Bipartisan support, by the way. The entire cabinet is confirmed. At this point in Joe Biden's failed presidency, it wasn't even at half. Donald Trump came in with a mission and a vision, and he has been executing on it ever since, clearly. Join me now, Reagan Reese, the White House correspondent for the Daily Caller. Reagan, nice to see you today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Donald Trump's lightning speed appointments and confirmations to his cabinet really paying off. His team is in place, and every one of them handpicked this time, not suggested by somebody inside the Washington Beltway. This is Donald Trump's team top to bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. And perfect evidence of that is the fact that RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel have all been confirmed. Those were the more embattled cabinet picks of President Trump's, but we were able to see them, go through confirmation rather easily. I figured out through my reporting that a big person who helped, sway Senate leaders who were a little on the fence about these cabinet picks was Vice President J.D. Vance. That behind the scenes, he is using his Senate connections. He is talking to them. He is getting them on board with President Trump's agenda. And so I think you can really give him a lot of credit for the fact that President Trump has his full cabinet on March 11th, about 50 days into his presidency.
Yeah, it is an incredible accomplishment. He's there. He's got his full cabinet. And it's not like he was going slow to begin with, Reagan. If you're the White House correspondent, you're running around from place to place, stop to stop, executive orders here, somebody sworn in there, another round table over here. It's relentless, isn't it?
Yeah, one thing that reporters kind of told me who had covered the first Trump administration while we were covering the Biden administration is that it's night and day between covering the two administrations and the amount of action happening on the White House campus. One thing to point to that's a perfect example of this is that there's constantly administration officials talking to reporters on, the White House drive near the press tents, whether that's Caroline Leavitt, Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem was seen there yesterday. They're all talking to reporters, giving questions, giving answers. I covered the Biden administration for a year. I can't remember the last time that a Biden administration official gaggled or spoke with the press, just on a whim near the White House.
No, it didn't happen. In fact, I was talking to somebody who is in there regularly, probably with you, and said during the Biden administration, you didn't see the Marines posted outside the Oval Office very often. When the president is on the job, there's a Marine posted there. I'm sure at this hour, right now, there's a Marine posted at the Oval Office because Donald Trump is in there early and he stays late. Some of these executive orders are being signed at 8 o'clock at night, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. It goes on from sunup to sundown and beyond, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I was actually the White House pooler. So I was that reporter that's assigned to kind of do whatever the president does that day and write down everything he does. Yes, on his first full day of his administration. And they had given us the call to leave. They said, it's 7 o'clock. You're all good for the day. No more news is going to break. And so as I was walking out, that Marine was posted up outside of the entrance to the Oval Office. And I'm getting a notification on my phone. Trump just signed another executive order. Trump just pardoned whoever. Trump signed an executive order. And so as the White House was signaling to me that I'm okay, I can go home for the night, President Trump was still working in that Oval Office.
And making news, which you probably had to cover. Long days for you, Reagan, no question. All right, so he got together this cabinet of his and said, look, here's why you have to work with Doge. Here's what you have to do. This is one of the things. And I'm looking at the numbers from Harry Anton again from CNN yesterday. Look, Doge is popular. 54% of the people approve of what's going on with cutting government spending. I think the numbers are probably higher than that, but those are the CNN numbers. Good enough. The point being is, even if those are the CNN numbers, that's solid support for what's going on in Washington, isn't it?
Yes, the what we've seen from polls, I think the Harvard poll is the one that comes to mind. That was the first real poll that we saw. A majority of Americans really are in favor of what DOGE is doing, cutting unnecessary spending across the federal government. President Trump did convene his cabinet last week. It seemed to be a bit unexpected to talk about DOGE, and it was more of, I think, this team meeting was what I got from other colleagues reporting, and as well as the president's Truth Social statement. But also, we did see a bit of confusion when it came to this email that Elon Musk sent out asking federal employees to send 5 things they did last week, or else they would be fired. And so President Trump in that meeting did clarify that the ultimate authority goes to the cabinet officials and their agencies, and that Elon will be making recommendations, telling them which staff members he doesn't believe should be in the agency, and then it's up to the cabinet officials to execute.
Let me ask you something, Reagan. If your boss came to you and said, hey, can you tell me what you did last week, 5 things, how long would that take you?
So I actually do this every week. I have been doing this every week for quite some time. My boss has me send everything I've accomplished in the week to him on a Friday afternoon.
Are you offended?
So not long. No, not at all.
Is it racist? Is it anti-American? is it tyrannical? Is it, is it whatever they say on them? No, it's called having a job, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep my job. And so, of course, I have to prove to him what I'm doing and, what he's paying me to do. And so I'm more than happy to do it because I like my job and I want to keep it.
Will you tell him that Steve Gruber gave you a gold star? Put that on my list of accomplishments. I was out with Gruber and he said I was great. Reagan, you come back anytime, really. I appreciate it and keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day. There you have it. Look, he's Donald Trump running these people like rented mules, one end to the other, to the other, to the other. And like she said, I'm leaving the White House. I'm getting another executive order, another executive order. Donald Trump is working all the time. I guarantee you he's working for you right now as we speak. This is the Steve Gruber Show.